With the first light, a tiny artist begins his work. He seeks perfection in the sand, a simple straight line. But the ocean has other plans, turning his line into a gentle curve. Curious, he tries a circle. The tide responds with a spiral. He stops, watching the tide paint its own masterpiece. Instead of resisting, he joins in, dancing with the rhythm of the sea.
In the quiet of the evening, even the smallest goals can feel out of reach. But sometimes life has other plans. A little chaos can turn into a small victory, and the world feels cozy once more.
Ever had your perfect moment perfectly interrupted? But sometimes the best plans lead to even better moments. At every crossroads, a choice waits to be made. Sometimes the way we chooses us right back. But a gentle nudge can point us in a new direction. It's okay to change your mind.
Ever have one of those quiet moments that feels magical, where the world feels like it's playing along, but just as quickly, it's gone?
Ever feel like you're following the right path, but it just leads you nowhere? You check and double check, but the answer just isn't there. But sometimes, the solution isn't in front of you, it's just a little bit higher. And suddenly, everything makes sense. Sometimes, it feels like the wind is always trying to pull something away. And the tighter we hold on, the more we fear losing control. But what if letting go was the calmer choice? Finding the courage to loosen our grip can bring the peace we're looking for.
In a world of long shadows and quiet paths, a little turtle walked with a steady heart. But then a curious thing happened. Its shadow had other plans. It seemed the shadow knew a shortcut, a secret the turtle was just beginning to see. No matter how the turtle moved, the shadow chose the smartest way. A silent, clever guide. And in that moment, the turtle understood. Why walk alone when you can follow a clever friend? In a lobby frozen in time, a little mouse had a big plan. He tried the obvious choice, but nothing. He tried again, and again. Still nothing. Then, he noticed a tiny sign pointing to a different path. That was the one.
In a town where days ended gently, one little cat had a nightly ritual. But tonight, the moon was late. A little bit of confusion in an otherwise perfect evening. But then, there it was, fashionably late, as always. In a quiet kitchen, a tiny sound sparks a big curiosity. It waits and listens. But what if you tap just a little differently? A new spot, a new sound, a tiny world of music, finding the perfect note, the perfect moment.
In a quiet little house, a little hedgehog was having a quiet little day until... Ding dong! What was that? With tiny, brave steps, it slowly approached the big, mysterious door. It opened the door, but no one was there. How strange! Then it noticed a tiny clue. A little string dancing in the breeze. With a gentle touch, the little hedgehog fixed the problem. And with that, peace and...
Have you ever wished upon a star and had it wish back? Something came down. It wasn't a star after all. Just a little light, looking for a friend.
In the quiet of the morning, a little discovery awaits. A patch of sunshine, warm and inviting. A perfect little spot, just the right size. Simplest moments often hold the most joy.
In a cozy little corner of the world, a tiny mouse found a tiny box. It was dark inside, full of mystery, but sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest surprises, and just as quickly it would box again.
Ever had one of those perfect peaceful moments? Wait, did my reflection just blink after me? Let's test that again. Oh, it definitely did. Sound of a soft, happy laugh. There we go, back in sync.
A perfect afternoon for a stroll. Whoa, not so fast. What you?
In the quiet of the evening, a tiny mouse found a light. It danced and trembled, a fragile, fiery friend. With a gentle tap, a test of courage in the night. And as the flame grew calm, so did the mouse's heart, finding comfort in the gentle, steady light.
In a corner of the world filled with golden light, a tiny explorer begins his great adventure. With one small nudge, a new world of possibilities opens up. Whoa, action, reaction, and a splash of fun. A gentle tap becomes a thrilling race to the light. And in that perfect, quiet moment, a little champion is born.
In a park where autumn painted every tree, a tiny squirrel noticed a single leaf dancing on the breeze. Intrigued by its playful spin, he just had to catch the tricky, twirling thing. But the leaf was a clever dancer, always just one hop, skip, and a jump ahead. Until, at last, it landed softly, as if saving the best seat in the house just for him. And in that perfect moment, he realized the greatest joy wasn't the chase, but the beautiful